Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Excel. In this module, I want to show you how you can create a project burn down chart in Excel. So basically, I want a chart that will show me the effort that I'm doing over a project against what I should be doing. So a little chart that's going to compare two lines. Now on the screen, I've got a simple chart for 10 days and the actual hours planned is listed down this left-hand column. Total hours for this entire project is 49, and I've allocated the hours across these days, and you can see the actual hours are also 49. So I actually achieved my aim. However, did I do it in the best possible time, the ideal time? So the formulas I'm going to use I've got listed down here. You can see them down here. C13 is the total planned hours. So this is the form I'm going to type down there. So it's basically equals the total hours minus the sum of this column. Now I need to put some dollar signs on some of this, so I need to basically dollar sign the D3 cell so that stays fixed. So that's going to be F4 to lock it, and then just tick that. Yep, comes up with 47, so 49 did 2, so 47 works, and I shall pull that across. It drops down to 44 because I did another 3 there, so that is working. Now I actually named this total cell remain, so I've named it remain. That's why it changed it over there, so I didn't need to worry about doing a dollar sign, which I've got there. If you don't name C13 in this example, you would have to lock it with the F4 key. So that's the actual line of what I did do, but is that the best, or was that the best possible way to do this? What should I have done? So this formula here will help me, and again I've got the word remain in there, so I will equals remain, which is C13, minus remain again, so that's the same as C13 minus C13, divide by 10 because I've got 10 days, and then I need to times it by how far along we are in the project, so by the number of days. So that's what this count A function is going to do. So if I just type count A, so count A counts if there's anything in the cell, and I'm basically clicking on cell D2 and I'm locking that with the F4 key, and then I'm doing a colon and typing D2 again. So the second D2 is what's going to move along. It's gone in there twice, so I need to make sure that's dollar signed FN4 on my laptop. So that's correct. Close that bracket. So count A, so that's this function down here. Tick that. So I'll get 44. So according to this, based on this plan, I should have done 44, or should have 44 left, hours left, and it's coming down 39 all the way to the end. So I've obviously put a bit more effort at the end because I have got to the total. They're both the same then, so there's different durations of time because a lot more hours getting done towards the end of this project. But let's just put a little graph on this so you can see how this works. So insert, to line chart, markers, don't need that title. So if I just move this across a little bit so you can see it, so the ideal line is almost a straight line all the way down to the end, and the remaining effort line, the blue line, ideally should be on this orange line, but it's clearly not at the beginning of the project. It was quite a bit away, and then I've come back onto it, went under a little bit, and then managed to finish off on time. Now if you start changing some of these, I'll just bring this down a little bit, some of these figures, it's obviously going to affect this graph. So if I come down a little bit, so if I delete the 4 hours there, for example, you can see how that's kicked up now because this isn't actually complete and it should have been complete. If I put that 4 hours back in, and if I add 4 there, you can see I've now come in under budget or under time, so I'm ahead of what I should have been. and if I just delete that 4 off so it comes back up, if I delete some of these up here, it has a similar sort of impact. So now I'm way above where I should be. But if I put a bigger number in there, it then goes the other way. It goes under the planned line, so I would have finished earlier, and you can see the -2 there. I finished early. So that's basically how you can create a project burn down graph in Excel. So hopefully this little video has been of use. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you on the next one.